Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new video. The new Alliance Battle update just dropped and Netmarble actually switched everything up. The whole entire schedule has been reworked, new days, new restrictions, and a whole new challenge mode. So yeah, starting off we have the new Infinite Challenge mode as you can see on the update patch notes. It's a whole different Alliance Battle mode, which they did explain a little bit. The interesting thing that I want to point out is the Alliance Battle period is switching from a 2-week cycle to 4-week cycle. So from 14 days to 28 days. Now, normal, extreme, and legend mode progression is going to be from Monday to Friday. So I'm thinking on the weekends, you won't be able to get to play the usual Alliance Battle game modes. And you'll only be able to play the Infinite Challenge game mode. So as you can see here, from Saturday to Sunday, the Infinite Challenge game mode. Moving forward, we have brand new restrictions for each day. So as you can see, the new restrictions, in between you have 2 gap days. But from my interpretation, it's gonna be just Infinite Challenge that day. So yeah, until we find out for ourselves, I'm just gonna leave it at that. So as you can see from the restrictions, a lot of new characters are gonna get opportunity to shine, while others are gonna lose a lot of their value. So yeah, before we move on to the tracking sheet I prepared, I also want to show you guys one more thing. So this is one of the most interesting things in this update. It's very sneaky all the way at the end. But yeah, Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch are now humans. So Scarlet Witch is going to qualify for a lot of these restrictions. It's going to be absolutely game changing. Scarlet Witch's value is going to skyrocket. I honestly can't wait to see it for myself. But yeah, let's get straight into the tracker. So this was my previous Alliance Battle tracker, where I kept track of all my DPS characters for each Alliance Battle day. And as you can see, Mephisto became the GOAT as soon as he came out. Other than that, Luna Snow was also very good. So was Scarlet Witch back then. And also Doctor Strange, of course. But yeah, this is what it looked like before. Now with all the changes, this is what the Alliance Battle tracker looks like. So yeah, we have 28 days with 2 days gap in the middle 4 times. So a total of 20 days. If they do make it no restriction, the meta character would be Mephisto. But yeah, let's go through each and every single day. So we start off with Luna and the Speed Hero Female Day. You can alternatively use Gamora Rogue or Kamala Khan. I think Gamora is a very, very good alternative because she's free to play and scores very well. The supports that you're gonna use are Shuri, White Fox, or Wave. Shuri and White Fox being the best combination, but alternatively, if you don't get your hands on White Fox, you can use Wave. And then you get 2 days of break, so Saturday, Sunday, and then again Monday, Combat Female. For this restriction, I would recommend using Crescent because she is the best pick. However, if you don't have her paywall uniform, you can use Taskmaster. And if you did spend crystals to get the Goblin Queen Epic Quest, you can use Hope Summer as well. They both score similarly. I would recommend Taskmaster for a free-to-play alternative. As for the supports, it's Valkyrie and Sif. And if you don't have either of them because they're premium characters, you can get your hands on She-Hulk. She has a very good leadership. But if you have Crescent, you don't really need her because Crescent has a self-lead. But yeah, moving forward, we have day 5. Speed Villain. For this day, I'll definitely recommend Bullseye, but if you have Miles Morales' seasonal uniform, you can also use him. And if you don't have either of them built, you can also use Gwenpool. The supports that you can use, there were a few options, but the best ones that stand out are Sin and Black Cat. However, both of them are seasonal uniforms, so you can stick with Green Goblin and Mystique. Moving forward for day 6, Universal Villain. Mephisto is by far the best pick for this day. However, he's very expensive since he is a native tier 3 character. So alternatively, you can use Scarlet Witch or Jean Grey. Both of these picks are still native tier 2. So yeah, it's gonna be a bit expensive regardless. As for supports, for this day, you can use Morgan Le Fay and Proxima. Next up, we have day 7, Mutant Male. I'd say Gambit is the best option. Other than that, you can also use Cable or Wolverine, they both can do decently. And in my opinion, Apocalypse is also an underrated shout. But yeah, you don't have two supports for this restriction, so you can only use Cyclops as a support. Moving forward, day 8, Combat Hero. I'd say Gladiator is probably the best pick here if you have him built from the previous meta. However, Venom and Crescent, both of them are very good picks. I myself would probably use Venom because of Agent Venom's support ability, and also because I have a Brilliant Liberation on Agent Venom. So following that, the best supports for this restriction is Valkyrie and Sif. However, depending on who you use, Agent Venom is going to be very good for Venom, and also you can utilize Groot and M'Baku. 2 days of break, and then again Combat Hero Human this time. So Gladiator is out of question. You can use Venom or Crescent. Both of them perform equally from my testing because I have similar builds on them. As for their supports, you can use Agent Venom, She-Hulk, M'Baku, Taskmaster. Next up, day 12, you have Universal Hero Male. The best pick is definitely Ghost Rider. However, alternatively, you can use Odin or Dr. Voodoo if you have them built. The best supports are as follows: Ghost Panther, Ronan, Robbie Reyes, depending on who you use. If you use Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes is good, and Nova. Next up, we have Blast Male for day 13. Doctor Strange is by far the best pick here. Alternatively, you can use Gambit, Cable, or Star-Lord. Regardless, they won't be able to compete with Strange, so I'd recommend building Strange up quickly. As for the supports, the best support combination would be Mysterio and Phil. And if you don't have one of these, you can use Leader. For day 14, you have Supervillain Mutant. The best pick is Jean Grey. Alternatively, you can use Magneto. If you don't have the deluxe pack, you can use Apocalypse or Mystique. The supports for this restriction is very limited to only Mystique, so you'd probably have to use Magneto's leadership with Mystique for the best team. Next, we have day 15, Universal Villain. Mephisto stands out as the best character for this restriction. However, as I said before, Scarlet Witch is a good option, so is Jean Grey. Morgan Le Fay and Proxima are the supports for this specific restriction. We get 2 days of break again, and then we start with Blast Villain for day 18. The best DPS for this day is Doctor Strange, followed by Magneto. You can use Mysterio, Leader, Enchantress, and Weapon Hex support depending on who you use. Next, we have day 19, Universal Hero. Scarlet Witch is the best pick here. Alternatively, you can use Ghost Rider. And the supports that you can use for this day is Ronan, Satana, Ghost Panther, and Nova. Next up, we have Alien Female. This is a brand new restriction and it's very interesting. It gives Gamora insane value. Alternatively, you don't really have a tier 4 character for this restriction, so Gamora is basically the primary pick. So the supports that you can use with her are Valkyrie and Sif. Subsequently, for day 21, you have Blast Human Female. This is also a brand new restriction. You can use Sharon Rogers with her seasonal uniform or even with her Poseidon uniform, but alternatively you can use Invisible Woman or Ironheart. They're both decent, but you don't have many options for support, so you would have to use Ironheart here. And yeah, you have to team it up like Invisible Woman leadership with Ironheart support and DPS as Sharon Rogers or something along that line. As for day 22, you have Speed Human Male. Here, Bullseye stands out as the best pick. Alternatively, you can use Miles Morales, Winter Soldier, Falcon, and without the niche supports, you also have the option of picking Nick Fury and Green Goblin. Skipping past the 2 days, we have day 25. For Superhero Alien Male, Gladiator stands out as the best character from the previous meta, and the other options are Star-Lord and Odin. You can use Ronan, Yondu, and Groot as supports depending on who you have. Yondu probably is the best support here, so yeah, try to get his seasonal uniform. For day 26, we have Combat Villain. In my opinion, Kingpin is the best pick here. He doesn't have no HP gimmick, nor does he need Abomination, who is a premium character with a seasonal uniform. Alternatively, you can use Hulk or Doc Ock, and the supports are Taskmaster, Red Hulk, and Abomination if you're using Hulk. The penultimate day for Alliance Battle Extreme, day 27, you have Universal Human. Now with Scarlet Witch switching her typing from other to human, here you can see her value shine. Alternatively, you can use Ghost Rider or Captain Marvel, and the supports that you can use are Morgan Le Fay, Ghost Panther, Nova, and Satana. This is absolutely insane. I genuinely love the change, and I did rant about it previously in a video, so yeah, be sure to check the video out where I reviewed Scarlet Witch. As for the final day of Alliance Battle Extreme, we have Villain Female. Again, here Scarlet Witch is used. Alternatively, you can use Jean Grey or Gwenpool depending on who you have built. The supports that you can utilize are Morgan Le Fay, Sin, Proximo, Black Cat, Enchantress, and a couple other options are also there. So compared to the old restriction, as you can see, there's more versatile teams and a lot more characters that you need to build. So moving forward, we have the Alliance Battle Legend restrictions. Similar to Alliance Battle Extreme, it's again 28 days with 4 gaps of 2 days, ending up with 20 restriction days. So we start off with day 1, Universal Male. Mephisto again is the best pick here. Alternatively, you can use Loki, Farmer Thanos, Ghost Rider. However, Mephisto is the best one here. Loki, you need a god build. Same for Farmer Thanos. As for supports, you can use Ghost Panther, Ronan, and Nova. Then we get the 2 days break and then day 4. For day 4, the restrictions are Villain Human. Here, Doctor Strange is the best pick. However, depending on your build, Scarlet Witch might be decent as well. Kingpin is also a decent pick. You can use other characters as well. In my opinion, these 3 are the top 3 picks. The supports that you can utilize are Mysterio, Leader, Taskmaster, Sin, Black Cat, and Morgan Le Fay. Following that, day 5, Blast Hero. Here, Storm in my opinion is the best pick. The other 2 picks are also Mutants, Psylocke, and Gambit. So given all the options are Mutants, you can utilize Dazzler and Polaris the most as supports. Also, Cyclops is a good pick, and so is Phil. Ironheart is also there. But yeah, following that, we have day 6, Combat Villain Male. Kingpin again, best pick here. We also have Hulk and Doc Ock as alternatives. The supports are Taskmaster, Red Hulk, and Abomination. The Villain Alien restriction for day 7, the best pick is Loki. However, you can use Farmer Thanos and Null if you have a PvE build on him. The supports are Proxima and Enchantress, and I must mention Loki needs a very good build to score really high. Next up, we have day 8, Universal Human. Similar to Alliance Battle Extreme, Scarlet Witch is the best pick here. You can alternatively use Ghost Rider and Captain Marvel. The supports are Morgan Le Fay, Ghost Panther, Nova, and Satana. We get the 2 days break and start again with day 11, Villain Male. Mephisto is the best pick again. Close second is Doctor Strange. Alternatively, you can also use Kingpin. The supports are Taskmaster, and I also accidentally added Mephisto for some reason. But Taskmaster, Leader, Green Goblin, and Wong. Next, we have day 12, Human Hero Female. Here, Luna is the best pick. However, Scarlet Witch is also very close. Following that, we also have Crescent, who can be used for this restriction. The supports that I would personally recommend is Shuri and White Fox. If you don't have White Fox again, you can use Ironheart. As for day 13, it's Mutant Female. Storm is the best pick here by far. Following that, you have Jean Grey or Psylocke. Both of them score similarly. The supports that you can utilize are Polaris and Dazzler. As for day 14, we have Speed Hero Male restriction. You can use Miles Morales with his old uniform, Falcon or Winter Soldier. The supports are Nick Fury, Scarlet Spider for Miles Morales, and Joaquin Torres for Falcon. Moving forward to day 15, we have Speed Villain. Bullseye again is the best pick here. Miles with his seasonal uniform is also good. and you can always use Gwenpool if you don't have either of them built. As for the supports, Sin, Black Cat, best picks. Alternatively, you can use Green Goblin and Mystique. Followed by the 2 days break, we have day 18, Speed Female. Luna, the best pick here. For free-to-play players, you can pick Gamora or Gwenpool, Gamora being slightly better than Gwenpool. The supports that you can utilize are Shuri, White Fox, Sin, and Mystique. And also Wave if you have her by chance. Next up, we have day 19, Combat Alien. Gladiator, best pick from the previous meta. He's really good. Alternatively, you can use Groot. And he also is usable as a support. So Groot, Valkyrie, and Sif are the supports viable for this restriction. As for day 20, Blast Hero Male. Gambit is the best pick. Alternatively, you can use Star-Lord or Cable if you don't have Gambit's seasonal uniform. The supports that you can utilize for this day are Cyclops and Phil. For day 21, you have the Inhumans tag. This is a brand new tag. Right now, Kamala Khan is the best pick, but given this is the restriction now, I have high hopes that Netmarble is going to release a good Black Bolt uniform in the near future. So yeah, he is the alternative option. You can also use Medusa given where you are at. These three together are, in my opinion, going to be the best team because Medusa counts as a support. Black Bolt has an insane leadership for Inhumans, and Kamala Khan is just there as a filler if you don't use her as the DPS. But yeah, this is a very interesting day. Following that, we have day 22, Universal Hero Male. Ghost Rider is the best pick for this day specifically. Alternatively, you can use Odin or Dr. Voodoo. Ghost Panther, Ronin, Robbie Reyes, and Nova are the best support options. We take the 2 days gap and then start again with day 25, Universal Female. Scarlet Witch is the best pick here again. Jean Grey is the second best option, and following that, it's Captain Marvel. The supports that you can use are Satana, Morgan Le Fay, Proxima, and Angela. Next up, we have day 26, Hero Alien. Gladiator is the best pick in my opinion. However, Gamora is also very good. Alternatively, you can use Star-Lord or Odin. The supports that you can utilize here are Yondu, Groot, Valkyrie, Sif, Angela, Philavel. As for the second last restriction of Alliance Battle Legends, you have Mutant Male. Gambit gets a lot of his value back with the new restrictions. So yeah, Gambit is the best pick here. Followed by that is Cable and Wolverine. And then alternatively, you can also use Apocalypse. Again, the support is very limited, so you have to utilize Cyclops. For the final day of Alliance Battle Legends, you have the restriction of Combat Hero Human. The best pick in my opinion is Venom. You can also use Crescent if you have her seasonal uniform. The best supports are M'Baku, Taskmaster, She-Hulk, and Agent Venom, depending on what team you use. But yeah, that concludes our Alliance Battle Legend tracker. Now there's one column in both the tables that I did not mention, the new characters column. So with the new Epic Quest out, there's a good chance that the characters from the Epic Quest end up being meta for certain restrictions or like certain game modes. So yeah, if we take that into consideration, Hades can potentially be meta for 2 days of Alliance Battle Extreme, both the Universal Villain days. So it's going to be interesting to see with further testing if he is able to compete with the likes of Mephisto. Similarly, Hercules also qualifies for 2 days of Alliance Battle Extreme, the Combat Hero restriction and Hero Alien Male restriction. It's going to be interesting to see how they perform. And if you complete the Deluxe pack, you get your hands on Zeus. As for Zeus, he can compete in 3 restrictions of Alliance Battle Extreme: Universal Hero Male, and then Universal Hero and Superhero Alien Male. While Hercules and Hades already has a tier 4, Zeus still doesn't have a tier 4. So when he does get a tier 4, it's going to be interesting to see how he competes. Similarly for Alliance Battle Legends, they are also usable in certain restrictions here. Hades qualifies for 3 restrictions here: Universal Male, Supervillain Alien, and Supervillain Male. The restriction that I'm really excited about with Hades is Supervillain Alien because I despise using Loki. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he performs there. And following that, you can use Hercules twice in Alliance Battle Legends for Combat Alien and superhero alien. Similarly, his dad Zeus can be used in 3 restrictions: universal male, universal superhero male, and superhero alien. The restriction that excites me the most with Zeus is universal superhero male, because I don't really want to use Ghost Rider in Alliance Battle, because he is built primarily to be a support for my roster, so he has a judgment on him. I don't want to switch it to a rage, so I'd be very happy if Zeus took over this spot. Now, before you jump in and start rebuilding your teams, take your progress into consideration. See where your roster currently stands before you make any big commitments. Try to optimize what you already have, use your strongest options for each day, and build smartly around those. The standout characters for me right now are Mephisto, Scarlet Witch, Gamora, Miles Morales, and Luna Snow, with few other characters that also qualify for multiple restrictions. And honestly, if you have already built your roster pretty comprehensively, this might be one of the best times to invest in a CTP changer pack. You should take your time, move your CTPs around, and optimize your roster to squeeze every bit of value out from your resources. Because at the end of the day, Alliance Battle is all about smart resource management, not just raw power. So yeah, that's the full breakdown of the new Alliance Battle changes and how you can adapt your roster to make the most of them. If this helped you out, be sure to drop a like and let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll be testing out a few of these new teams in Alliance Battle soon, so yeah, be sure to subscribe for that and turn your notifications on. I appreciate the love as always. That's it from me. See you guys in the next one. Peace.